My work in HYPERCLAY is called New Warriors. It's a piece in bone china. It's white. I work in bone china. It's on a wooden base. It's called New Warriors because I was part of an exhibition in China a couple of years ago at a place called Xi'an in Shaanxi province, near the Terracotta Warriors. And this work is really my contemporary interpretation of Terracotta Warriors. I suppose the work, the forms look so that they're marching figures. And that piece I especially liked, but that piece I kept. The body of work went to China, but this piece I kept. It didn't go to China. The process for Warriors, as I said, it's in bone china, and I use the bone china as a slip, which is like a liquid clay, which is about 40% water, the rest of it's clay. You add a deflocculant to make the particles separate, suspend, and so that the clay becomes fluid. The actual little forms themselves, or the little figures if you like, are made from a mould, a small spherical mould, a two-piece mould. I pour the bone china slip into that mould. The water is absorbed through the plaster and forms a skin, a clay skin. I take the slip out when I want to, when I think, oh, this is thick or thin enough, and I pour it in quite a radical way. So what you see there is not a complete sphere, because that's the way the slip has actually resided in the mould. The figures themselves, not figures, it's forms if you like, are sitting on a found object. It's a wooden piece, a very beautiful piece that I found in a funny old renovator's barn. I think it comes from a building. It's just such a gorgeous piece. It really lends itself for my little forms to sit in. I had the base. The base is in my studio. It's one of those things you collect around the place, and you look at it and think, gosh, that's nice. What am I going to do with this one day? I work in bone china, and bone china is the whitest of all the clay bodies. It's incredibly beautiful. It's high in calcine, hence the name bone ash, bone, made from bone. And it's very white. My work is sculptural. It often has texture. I'm trying to simplify my work all the time. Colour would actually impede what I'm doing. I work in a sculpture way. I actually don't need colour. And the bone china itself has a beautiful surface. And if it's polished, if I polish it with wet and dry sandpaper, it has quite a fantastic sheen. It's a very beautiful body. It doesn't need anything.